How old were you when you became a millionaire?
I was 28.
Hey, what line of business are you in?
I'm in PR.
Tell me about that. How'd you get into that?
Well, I got into PR because I love to talk and I love telling stories, and I wanted to know who were the people that were doing all the events and making the guest list. And because I love beauty, I wanted to be the person working with the beauty brands, helping them tell their story, appeal to more customers, more diverse audiences. So I jumped into it young.
That's amazing. What's the most amount of money you've made in a single year?
Probably around 3 million plus.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
so
you.
huge. What's the biggest campaign you've worked on so far?
We've worked on a lot of big campaigns with amazing brands like Bulgari Perfumes and Bobbi Brown, a lot of Estee Lauder companies, and some really cool indie brands like Glossier. One of the really cool ones we did years ago was for one of their products that was all across LA, and we drove a Jeep around and we went to makeup artists, and all of the little trailers for really cool shows that were on TV. So it was really fun. It was like cool guerrilla marketing. We like to do like scrappy campaigns and cool budgets for our brands. I feel like that's where the consumer is. That's what they want. So we just try to make those brands really stand out in different ways.
What's the most amount of money you've made in a single year?
$2.5 million.
You are a millionaire. That's amazing. Congratulations. I'd love to know, did you bootstrap this or did you find investors for this?
So we found investors. We went on Shark Tank. We worked with Lori Grenier and Julia Michaels, a singer-songwriter. So those are our two iconic lady investors.
Okay, so if there's a woman right now who's sitting on a business idea, she's too afraid to start it because maybe people are telling her they're not taking her seriously. What would you tell her?
I would tell her that if she envisions it for herself, that is her future self calling. And she has that desire because that is meant for her.
If you can go back in time, what's one thing that you would change about building this business?
Know where every dollar is going. Make sure those dollars are making you at least another dollar back.
Do you think women have to portray themselves in a certain way to gain those investors' trust?
I think just be confident and believe in your product and they'll see through it. When I got to deal with Lori on Shark Tank, I was 17 and I was very delusional, but I knew that this product could save lives. And I think if you know and are confident in what you're building, they will see that.
You're passionate and you're driven, and I love that about you. You're so inspiring. Thank you so much. Who am I here with today?
Guys, I'm Kennedy Urick. I'm a TikTok creator. I'm an internet personality.
How many followers do you have, for example? How much have you grown so far since you first started?
I'm like 1.7 million now on TikTok, which is crazy. Probably like under 500,000 on Instagram. It's been a crazy ride over like the last 5 years.
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
22.
So what have you learned so far about growing your content? Do you think it's all luck or do you think it's more of a strategy for you?
I definitely think both. When I started, I'm not gonna lie, I always have to say it was kind of luck. I started at the time on TikTok when a lot of people were just still using it as a dancing app, when people thought it was too cringe to post. And now we're kind of in the day and age where like everyone posts, your friends post. But when I started, everyone was like, you're posting on TikTok? That's embarrassing. But thank God I did. It's a lot harder now than it was 5 years ago.
You worked with Bobbi Brown, Estee Lauder, Glossier. What are they doing right that a lot of people are doing wrong in their business?
Well, they listen to the advice from their PR teams. I think that that's really important. You got to trust who you work with, and that's big for me. When I work with a brand, I'm like, listen, you need to trust us. I think that's how I built my business, and now I'm a part of MMC, a really big global agency, and it's all about the trust. You need to have a good team. They're also willing to try things and test things and fail fast and make sure that they're taking certain steps, and then they're kind of pivoting when you have to. I think in the world of beauty especially, things are changing so fast, and the consumer is more demanding. Having a good product is literally status quo. So that's the baseline to get into the market. So now you need to be figuring out, what does your consumer want? How are you talking to them? How are you connecting with them like this, right? Like, we need to build connection. We need to talk about, like, look at your mascara. Look at how you look. You know, it's like, where did you get it? What are you doing? That's what brands, they need to be figuring out how to have that conversation with the people.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, question for you. Hi. How old were you when you became a millionaire?
26 years old.
26. That's amazing. What line of business are you in?
I build apps for influencers, and my company is called Ivy.
So tell me about that. How'd you get into that?
So I lived in LA for years. I saw a lot of my influencer friends were monetizing through like merch companies or makeup lines. Yeah, I think the easiest way to make money in the background is through technology. So I built and sold my last consumer tech company, and then recently founded this.
Wow, that's amazing. How many businesses do you own?
4 or 5 right now. To be fair though, they're different like joint ventures with these content creators. My whole idea is if you have tens of millions of followers and we convert a fraction of that, let's say you have 10 million followers and I convert 2% of your following to download an app that costs $9.99 per month, it's gonna make more than $20 million by end of year 1. So the economics are kind of fun.
How are you able to monetize yourself to become a millionaire?
To be honest with you, I think it's all about making yourself marketable. I think having followers is great, having engagement is great, but that doesn't always equate to being a marketable person and being able to actually monetize off of it. So I think that's what's super important if you're creating content, to make sure you're marketable, right? Because your audience is very important. You know, being a woman, having a pretty much all woman audience is so important to me, and it's something that has benefited me so much. Or it's a little bit harder if you're a girl with mostly a straight male following, because you can't really get those brand deals. A lot of the money is in skincare, in makeup, stuff like that. The beauty industry is huge, and if your audience, you know, is all straight men, they're maybe not investing in that as much as women are. I think things like that are super important, getting to know your audience and
community building, right?
Community building, absolutely. Getting on your phone, talking to the camera. I think a lot of people miss out on that. Something that a lot of people are scared to do. They'd rather just post day in the lives, do voiceovers, but talking to your audience and speaking to your camera is something that is huge for me. And I know a lot of the time when I work with brands, that's one of the main reasons why they work with me, is because I talk to the camera.